welcome to today's yoga break. I'm Ashley, and today we're going to be doing a quick but well-rounded flow. I'm kind of using all the spaces of your mat. So you will need a mat today or whatever it is you practice on, and if you have a block, you might use it, but it's not a big deal if you don't have it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it and get started. We're going to start at the top of our mat. So you have to decide when you get started today what's going to be the top and what's going to be the bottom. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to be using both ends. So just kind of pick whatever direction you want to use. So here I am. This is the top of my mat. And we're just going to get ourselves centered here to get started and to connect our body and breath with a few deep breaths. So I like to put my hand on my heart and on my belly, just makes me feel a little bit more connected. And just take a couple of deep breaths here and standing. Close your eyes if you want. Inhale deep and exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale. And one last time, maybe just a little bit longer. Inhale and exhale. Nice job. All right, so we're going to lift our hands up here on the inhale. Just stand tall. Breathe. Exhale, keeping your hands together if you can reach them. And then I want you to inhale, lift up slightly through your hands and shoulders, and exhale, bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left, just really stretching everything out. And then back to center here, and just let your body move freely. Maybe wiggle your hips, your shoulders, whatever feels good for your body right now. Time to draw hanging open, that's going to bother me. Sorry about that. Okay, so from here we're going to inhale up one last time. Exhale, fold down. It doesn't really matter what your form looks like here. Bend your knees, reach your hands down. You're going to step back and find your first downward facing dog. Okay, and if you feel like you need to adjust your stance, widen your legs a little bit, widen your hands if something feels uncomfortable, if you're having too much pressure somewhere. Remember, it's okay to bend your knees. You want to externally rotate those arms. You're really focused on your upper body, forming a nice piked position here. Okay, and just kind of walk it out. Wake everything up, especially if this is your first movement of the day. You might be feeling a little stiff, a little crunchy. I know I pop around first thing in the morning. Okay, so from your downward facing dog here, you're gonna lift that right leg, pull forward, plant that right foot between your hands, and then sweep up into a high lunge. And experiment here with what your back leg is doing. You might like to bend it a lot, you might like it totally straight, or you might keep a slight bend in that knee. Just see how it changes what you're feeling in your hips, and whatever you're going for here in your practice today, go with that. If you want an extra challenge, come up onto that front toe. Okay, so you're holding, breathe. Okay, planting that right front foot, you're going to pivot on that back foot and come to a point here, a stance, where the back line of your foot, the back side of your foot is kind of parallel to the back of your mat, right? And you are bending that right knee, and you open up here, finding warrior two. So your hips turn. When we were in our high lunge, hips were forward. In warrior two, they're kind of parallel to the side of the mat, but I don't want you to think that they have to totally be parallel. Find what's right for your personal body and what feels good here. Your thigh is externally rotated, knee is forward, arms are out, shoulders are back from your ear. Hold, breathe, inhale, straighten that front leg, and as you exhale, come forward. Really reaching up with your torso, keeping everything nice and open. Okay, so we're taking a triangle pose. I'm going to show you a couple modifications here. If this just isn't possible, your right hand can be on your right thigh, right shin. This is where that block can come into play. Placing it by your foot. You really want to just make sure you're open in your torso. So if you feel yourself dumping all of your weight onto that front leg, you need to readjust. And of course, you can adjust your stance too, as needed. Okay, so hold here. And then windmill that left arm down to the ground. Walk your hands to center, and as you're doing that, rotate that front foot, your right foot, and reposition both feet so your feet are parallel to one another, but you're in a wide leg forward fold here. So just give yourself a little bit of a shift in your hips. We're going to inhale up. Arms come all the way up, and while they're up, slightly rotate your feet. And you're going to have to play around with this a little bit to see what feels best for your body. And then you're going to sink down, right? You want to make sure you're keeping those knees pressed back. If you feel like you're starting to cave in here, adjust your stance, right? If anything hurts, adjust your stance or just fully come out of it. Okay, hands come down to prayer. And just breathe here in goddess pose. Nice job. Breathe. If you want to put your hands down on your knees, you can add a variation here with a twist. Left shoulder pushes in, right shoulder pushes in as the right hand pushes the thigh out. And come down to center, whatever variation you choose. And then you're going to pivot on your heel here. Rotate this left foot towards the back of your mat, keeping that left leg straight. Left hand plants, right arm shoots up. So you're in triangle just on the opposite side. And again, hand can adjust as you need. Grab your block. Windmill your arms up. Let that left knee bend. Now in Warrior Two, facing the opposite direction. Slowly rotate on that right toe. Left foot stays facing towards the back of your mat. Find your high lunge or crescent lunge. Play around with that back leg. See what bending and straightening can do to your hips and what you want today. And then plant those hands, framing that left foot. Shoot that left foot up and find your downward facing dog. Nice job. All right, so we're going to move through it here again. I'm going to start with my left leg just because I don't want to be facing away from you. But if you want to start with your right here, that's totally fine. We're going to move through it a little bit faster. Inhale, lift that leg up, pull through. Arms sweep up, high lunge. Inhale, exhale, find your Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, create space, coming to triangle. Breathe. Inhale, walk your upper body around, Straighten those feet out, parallel to one another. You are now at the front edge of your mat. Plant that left arm, the left hand this time. Reach up with your right. Breathe. And switch down. Opening up. Hold. Breathe. Left hand comes down. Both hands are planted. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly rotate your feet out and drop down into Goddess. We're going to take a couple breaths here. Make sure your upper body nice and tall. Thighs are externally rotated throughout here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pivoting that back foot. Find your triangle. Right side. Slowly sweep up. Warrior Two. Hold. Shoulders are pulling back. Left arm sweeps. Inhale. Exhale down into your high lunge. Forward fold. Framing that right foot, with your hands. Shoot that right leg back into your three-legged dog. Plant that foot. The other one, find your downward facing dog here. Nice job. Down to your knees here. Take a quick child's pose. And then slowly coming to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you today. If
this is your first time on the mat today and you want to keep going, you're feeling energized and you have more time, feel free to do this whole sequence again to just deepen into the stretches as you go and into the poses. If you want to add on some free flowing or some sun salutations, it would be a great time to do it. However, if you are short on time today, we're going to end with just a couple of deep breaths together. Whatever feels comfortable, hands wherever feels good. Take a nice inhale in. Exhale slow. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Be sure you subscribe so you get updates every time I post a new video. Let me know what you think if you have any requests, and I hope you have an awesome day. Namaste.